Hey there all YouTubers, finally got my hands on one of these PKs. It's the new original PK300. I know they've been out for a little while now, and you guys have probably seen several guys, you know, doing the unboxing and going over all the different new features of this. And I've had my eye on the PK for several years now. I just love the idea of, you know, this cast aluminum, you know, aluminum, it gets hot, it stays hot, and they're super efficient cookers. And when I saw the new features on it, I really liked it. And you know, the whole time when I'm looking at these PKs, I'm thinking, how can I use my PID Temp Controller? And I was thinking, you know, trying to figure out how I could use it. And my original idea was setting it up from underneath of one of the bottom vents. But then, when I saw PK came out with this Temp Probe Port, I said, "Huh, interesting. That might be the ticket for me to set up my controller." So what I did here, just got a cheap little, it was a drip pan, and I cut it down, drilled a hole in it, step drill, and I put my fan in there, and then I cut it down and I put the felt gasket all the way around it, you know, so it would make a nice seal. And now the thing is these holes are kind of small, and that might be an issue, but what we're talking about here is low and slow temps at 225. So let's hope that that's enough airflow, because I didn't want to go doing anything drastic like drilling any holes. You know, down the road PK might come out with that, because I mean, if they went and they did this, they might do something for a stoker probe in the future. So what I did is I fashioned this little diverter out of aluminum foil. Well, it's an aluminum pan, and that diverter will sit right there, and the grate will sit on top of it. Hold that on there so it'll blow down. You guys get it. It'll blow down this way underneath the coals. Alright, so let me get that heavy duty stainless steel charcoal grate in there. That's another feature that when I seen they went all stainless, I just had to take the jump, make the leap, and get myself this new PK. Okay, so using the temp controller, all my airflow is going to be coming in through that vent right there. So the bottom vents are both completely shut, and I'm not worrying about putting those two new carbon caps on top of there. I'm not worried about those, so I'm not even putting those in there. So we're gonna get our charcoal lit here, and we're gonna use the PID controller. Alright, so in the manual they say don't use a blowtorch. Well, I always use my torch. I mean, I'm not going crazy against the aluminum side, so I'm using my torch. That's how I light my stuff, and that's how I'm lighting this one. So we're going to get this lit. Alright, so now we have that heavy-duty stainless steel cooking grate, and that's sitting on top of that aluminum diverter right there. So it's going to blow, go down, circulate the air up and out. Alright, another great feature I love, they upgraded to the all stainless steel. That is where it's at. Alright, so as you can see, I got the additional Cookmore stainless steel elevated grate right there. But what I have here is an aluminum griddle pan, because all these years I've seen this PK, and everybody does the offset indirect. You got your meat over here, and then your charcoal over here, and it goes like this. And I always thought that there was a lot of wasted space. Well, using this deflector pan right here, it's going to allow me to have so much more room. All right, so that's the other upgrade that I'm doing, and I'll talk more about that down the road. But all right, let me get that sensor on there. Hold on. All right, so let me just show you. Got my PID controller set to 225. Now the only thing is with this setup is how was I going to run the leads for the controller? I had to run it through the top, so I'm just going to have to be careful, and that's how that's going to have to go. Just close that up just like that. Alright, so let me just start off maybe about, I don't know, what's that, a quarter of the way, and we'll do this about a quarter of the way. And where are we at? We're at 46 right now. It's kind of cold here today. It's about 37 degrees. So alright, that's my setup, my PID controller, my fan. Heck, I've put that PID controller stoker on a Weber little Smoky Joe. I mean, if I could do that on there, I could do it on here. There that is right there. So this aluminum should heat up rather quickly, and you know, if I have a couple racks of ribs laying across there, you know, I'll have both of my top vents open because the heat will come up, wrap around, cook evenly. At least that's my plan. So that's the start of it. We'll see, heating up nicely. All this aluminum's gonna get nice and warm. Gonna have nice radiating heat, convection heat, and I think it's going to be awesome. Now in the manual it doesn't say anything about seasoning this pit, like spraying it down or anything. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw some bacon in there and just get that bacon flavor with that smoke from the charcoal briquettes in there. Let it season like that. I mean, there's nothing in there that's going to rust. The bolts that they have in the top and in the bottom there, they're all stainless. So everything in there is, it's not going to rust. I don't have those bottom air inlet caps on there. Those are carbon. Those are rust. That's, you know, that's one thing I'm not digging that, but I'm not using them, so I really don't care with this setup. So yep. Can you run a stoker on a PK grill? Well, I can. That's my plan. Alright, so after about 15 minutes, we're up to 210, and that fan is cycling on and off. I don't know if you could hear it. See the smoke and steam coming out of there. Yep. It's creeping right up, and I tell you what, this PID controller will keep that temp at 225 and it'll stay rock solid. Now, I had to open up the top vents halfway and halfway, and we'll see how it goes, and if I have to knock them down a little bit once we reach 225, I'll knock them down. But there you go, folks. I got that bacon in there, and that's gonna season the inside of that pit, and we'll be back in a while and see how things are progressing. But yeah, there you go, a temp controller and a PK. That's right, heavy metal style. Well, there you have it, folks. 225. 225. That fan is cycling on and off. Check it out. Yep. Alright, so we're just going to let this thing rock 225. I know it's going to stay rock solid. Just going to let it go for a couple hours, and maybe we'll shut it down and see how much charcoal we used. But yeah, it's going to stay rock solid. I know it will. And if it doesn't, I'll be back and I'll show you. That's right. Alright, iron 45 minutes. Chugging along here. Rock solid 224. Look at that bacon. Boy, that's smelling great. Seasoning this up. Initial burn-in. Can't really see what's going on down there. Charcoal, but looking good. Looking good, folks. Looking good. Alright guys, so I told you if something happened and temps start going crazy, I was going to tell you about it. So as you can see, we're at 255. Actually, we were up to 265. And the last time I checked on that bacon, tell you what I did is I opened the lid, check on that bacon, and then I put the lid down, and you see it's supposed to sit right down on those tabs like that. Well, I had it cracked. I had that lid cracked like that, and of course went in the house. Next thing you know, the alarm's going off. What the heck's the alarm going off? Well, it could happen very easily. See, just like that. Got to make sure it's sitting down flat. So hey, that's a valuable a lesson right now. I mean, I just, crisp up my bacon a little bit more than I wanted, but the thing is what if I'd have ruined something? All right, so let me show you. I got the bacon off, but I still got that bacon grease in there. Just getting that lid and the bottom just seasoned up now. So, all right, gotta watch this. Gotta watch this new lid here. Make sure it's seated down properly. If it's seated down properly, it seals nice and you're golden. But yeah, you gotta watch that. Alright, so hey, look at that, we're back down to 225. Alright, things will start stabilizing out again. We'll be fine. Alright, so we're a little over 3 hours now, and 218, it's been cycling on and off. And let me go and shut this down. It's starting to get dark out here, so that's what I gotta do. I gotta pull that out of there. That out of there. Make sure that's seated properly. Yep. Don't want to make that mistake again. Pull this off here. Shut that off. Alright, let this cool down for a little bit and see if we could take a look at those briquettes. Alright folks, so there it is. Very quickly I did just unscrew that. Took that off of there. That's my adapter, PID adapter. There's the fan. Took that out. Let me just show you. After 3.5 hours, that's the charcoal we used. And real quick, you just got that. Close that. Everything is shut down now. Seated down properly, shut down, bottom vent shut down. There we go. So, is it possible? I wanted to see, and yep, it is possible. Using a temp controller, PID temp controller, on one of these aluminum PKs. So, the possibilities are endless. And I'm here to push the envelope. Yep, that's what I do. Alright, so I just want to thank all my barbecue brothers out there and everybody who's watching, and I truly appreciate you guys watching. And I'm just learning as I go along, and having fun as we're going along, and just doing my thing heavy metal style. And appreciate you guys watching once again. Thanks a lot. Metal on.